And the most important is maturity. I've been in this league for 5 years now, so just understanding the game, learning the game, and just maturity. I think on both ends, I've been better this season, so I just got to keep going like that.
Can't guard him. Luka Doncic's code-breaking moves leave defences baffled. Luka Doncic is a unique breed, it's true. When a player like Luka has a total control over the game, you can be sure you're dealing with something special. Would you not like to see this spectacle? Luka's earlier assertions that scoring is easier in the NBA than the Euro League is not coincidental. Seeing Luka play makes it clear that he plays a relatively easy style of basketball, even though it's actually rather challenging. Luka, who is only 24 years old, has already broken many records, become well known, and even earned the respect of certain people since he is their stepfather. Taking everything into account, it has radically altered the stereotype of what an NBA basketball player ought to be. Is Luka only proficient in defence? Luka has an incredible offensive arsenal that allows him to control the ball from any position on the court, with skill and efficiency. His scoring is quite impressive. This is Luka's best season ever as a professional. In addition to grabbing 8 rebounds, dishing out 9 assists, and making 37% of his three-pointers, in addition to 49% of his field goals, he leads the league in points scored per game with 34. Looking at just the base metrics reveal that Doncic can score from anywhere on the court. He has the strength and speed to drive the basket, make accurate three-pointers, and provide offense-setting passes. Because of this effortless gear switching and ability to adapt to any defensive tackle, he gives opposing teams constant headaches. But you know what makes Luka different from the rest of us? In addition to being the greatest player of all time and a prolific scorer, he is known as one of the best passers in NBA history. He can observe the game unfold in slow motion, which allows him to thread the needle and deliver with flawless accuracy. And before anyone else knows what's going on, Luka is already plotting his next move and predicting his target. The defence cannot afford to be sloppy once Luka receives the ball, because he will swiftly pass it out of his pocket for a teammate to score on the other end, before they can recover and set up. It might result in a heavy slam if you don't watch out for someone cutting in behind you, since he's surrounded by powerful people. In other cases, there's a lot more talent involved in the ball's delivery, but the inside slam is still fantastic. What about his precision? His precision and creativity in the half court are what really sets him apart. Despite his mesmerising ability to thread the needle and find teammates in stride during a fast break, when the defence has a chance to truly set up and the game slows down, Luka's eyesight clears. A conventional point guard wouldn't even know there were passing possibilities, when Luka could control the game in so many different ways, such as a well-timed lob over the defence, or a no-look throw to a cutting teammate. Luka is always one step ahead of the defender, so even when it looks like he is in a defensive shell and there are no more passing lanes, sometimes a behind-the-back pass breaks out, setting up a three-pointer for a teammate. Defences will opt to give Doncic a lot of attention when he is playing. Well, nevertheless, at this exact time, one of his teammates may scurry by the defender, and the alley-oop connection is flawless. When Luka breaks down the defence, you might think the pass is going to this corner or that corner, but because of his exceptional skills, he can place the pass where only his teammates can catch it, making it an easy slam inside. For this reason, you really need to stay on your P's and Q's as Luka is identifying his targets. He is very unique in that he can read the game like a professional chess player. He is able to anticipate defensive rotations well in advance and make the right pass just before the opposition can respond. Luka's half-court passes are amazing due to his excellent basketball IQ, precision, and ability to read plays ahead of time. Doncic has the ability to turn any seamlessly routine possession into a spectacular play at any time, rendering the defence defenceless as he looks for openings to take advantage of. But much as he does when he finds defensive spaces to throw passes through, Luka uses his ability to see openings in defences when he puts the ball on the ground for his drive. He assaults the racks with a combination of strength and agility in his driving ability. He can manoeuvre around opponents like a professional racer and finish through contact with ease, with both rim protectors out on the outside and the paint wide open. Luka knows this is where he wants to be. He divides the defence by immediately switching back to the opposing direction. Even as Luka rotates around, he can still walk by Kyle Anderson and kiss this off the glass. It will make opponents look like cones with his amazing ability to glide past them on the floor. If you really observe this move, you'll notice that Luka is utilising an inverted Euro to lay it in with his left hand, even though it looks to be happening in real time. This is really wicked footwork that will often catch the defender off guard. What is Luka's tricky move? Defenders may be ready for a charge and anticipate the drive, but this only gives Luka an easy route in. Furthermore, you can tell that he's changed when he hits you with that mink and then turns this one into an and one. Since Luka attempts 8 shots out of 18 drives he makes in a game and converts them at a 61% rate, his driving talent is sometimes underrated. Yes, that is very ridiculous. Luka's conversion rate is the highest of all players who takes more than 7 shots throughout the drive. Is his sprint normal to his peers? His exceptional rim running skills are a result of a variety of circumstances, like when the other team holds back during a pick and roll play because they think the lob will fall off, which enables him to double clutch this lay-in. He may also switch up his defense with the handle before skillfully utilizing this move to connect on and a one. While these elements help Luka's inside conversions, most of his drives to the rack come from his ability to use the handle to surprise the opposition and then attack the lead foot to go by them. When their foot is up high, Luka will instantly change direction and shift his weight to charge past the opponent. Luka appears to be slowing down Giannis's size up until he unexpectedly tackles his lead foot as it rises. Giannis totally opens up as a result, enabling Doncic to go to the rim. Doncic will take advantage of the hesitation to assess the person in front of him and compel them to approach him. You are only one step behind Luka, so once those hips are shifted, it will compel you to open out the other way, which results in a and one. In some scenarios, it can take a few touches to get the defender to lift their foot, but you can be sure that Luka will seize the opportunity as soon as they do. But that's just limited to that. As we mentioned, he can also be crafty, and at 6'7" and 230 pounds, he can walk inside to get a bucket if he needed. All of this value comes from Luka's inside scoring and distribution skills up to this point, but his ability to generate shots takes his performance to a new level. Luka hit 45% of his 198 mid-range attempts and 37% of his long-range attempts. Luka has developed into a master at making room for himself on the court and obtaining sufficient light to shoot. All that is required for him to fire is a very small window of space. Otherwise, all you can hope for is that it will miss. The defenders will have to be on their toes because of Luka's endless ingenuity. Unlike other players in the league who have 1 or 2 methods to enter a shot, you'll stand out from the majority of players in the game if you can create shots for yourself using several methods. Rather than serving the crossover to go downhill, he can decide to try for a mid-range pull-up as the defender comes over to stop him. He can lean back to drop in after giving the bump twice to create the required distance between himself and the defender. If you try to ride his hip and stay attached, he will get crafty and pull the foul to bring the bucket down despite the contact for the foul. And hear this, he will take a pass at you from 30 feet away when he's truly in his zone, regardless of the defense. Finding a talented player like Luka Doncic's level of skill is rare, given that Dallas is turning the corner and Luka is having the best season of his career. This is without a doubt Doncic's MVP season. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just relax and savour the cuisine of Luka Doncic. Do let us know your thoughts and subscribe to our channel for more information.